Welcome back to Azran Legacy. So, the story so far. The map displayed in the Azran Dome indicated the location of 5 Azran relics known as eggs, for those who forgot.
Easter eggs?
Layton and his Layton and his companions now set out on their journey, and basically it's a worldwide Easter egg hunt, basically. Except the only difference is that there's no Easter bunny.
Pizza. We're here, you know.
Well, Keats is always looking over there too. Just don't mind it. Cats are usually distracted. Go ahead.
Professor, how are you finding the Bostonius? Is the decor to your taste?
I'm not sure about the purple, but very much so, Professor. Everything is splendid. From the elaborate yet cozy design of the interior to the first-rate pie. Oh shit!
I only settle for the best, after all.
You nearly killed us. I imagine that even the most luxurious airlines will struggle to offer this level of hospitality.
Hardly deserving of such praise, Professor. Surely there must be at least 1 or 2 flaws you could pick out.
The color purple. I hate to disappoint. With the excitement of a worldwide expedition, it is difficult to focus on any negative aspects. Layton likes being pleased.
I guess you're not much of a Waluigi fan then, but true, there is a great deal of excitement to be had. But it's not all smooth sailing, you know. We've had our fair share of troubles while traveling the skies.
Oh, look who's a Debbie Downer now.
A few technical hitches and a few streets with disaster.
Oh,
and you get a puzzle.
Are we?
Yes,
Lovely.
Indeed. I am indeed. That's what I was leading into.
A puzzle for the world's most miserable man.
Fool's errand. Oh no, something's gone wrong with the Bostonius' engine. It seems the pipe that supplies it with fuel has shattered into little pieces. The emergency fuel supply will keep the airship airborne for a little while, but the broken pipe needs to be fixed before that supply runs out. Use the pieces of pipe on the touchscreen to reconnect the engine to the fuel supply. Bear in mind that together these pieces make up one long pipe, so you'll need to link up every last one of them.
Are you sure this is the most appropriate puzzle to be having on a flight? It'd be like if you're on a commercial flight to Japan and they were playing Air Force One.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a plane that has played Air Force One.
That's kind of a joke that a comedic trio in my country had during one of their theater play. The entire segment is that they're being astronaut, and so one point the intercom says, during the traveling, we will actually, transmit the movie Apollo 13.
There's also a skit in my country as well, made by that comedy group that's like Monty Python, that they make this thing where this guy's like, oh, excuse me, this gentleman is using a laptop while they're on the plane, right? This is a laptop. Is this allowed? I'm sorry, but yeah, you're not allowed to use electronic devices in the plane. Oh, okay. I thought so. Oh, by the way, what about this? Is this allowed? And he picks up this like big sticks of dynamite with a clock and everything. What is that? Well, generally speaking, it's a bomb. Okay, but what about technically? Well, okay, technically speaking, it's also a bomb, basically. But is it electronic? Well, okay. A lot of it is not, but yes, the detonator is electronic. Other than I'm afraid you can't use it. I can't use it, but so I came here all the way to the plane so I could use this bomb, and then tell me it's not going to be possible. But look, you have to understand, any electronic devices can mess with the controls, which endangers the crew and the passengers. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess that's a good point. Yeah, I guess I will not use the bomb then.
Don't tell me. Next comes the pogo stick.
No. What happens is they also go with maybe I can get the pilot to help you because he's an engineer. Oh, okay, cool. So he decides, but you know what? You don't. And then the pilot looks at the bomb. No, you don't need the electronic detonator for this bomb. Oh, I don't. No, see, I can use my clock, and my clock is mechanic. My watch is mechanical. And okay, so when do you want to use the bomb? Well, when are you going to give out the snacks? About like 10 minutes from now. Okay, so maybe like 15 minutes from now. I eat the snacks, I pee, and then I can blow this whole thing up. Okay, fine. Again, it's a good old-fashioned joke of taking an incredibly scandalous, terrifying situation and treating it in the most casual way possible. It's always a classic. It's fun.
And there we go.
That should do it.
I just want you to know, though, that puzzle was just
I'm in the mood
hypothetical.
for another.
I am not suggesting that will happen.
Uh-huh.
Piping hot. You fixed it. But surely it's only a matter of time before such a complicated pipe gets broken again.
Stop! 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 You're not helping!
Sycamore's a bit paranoid, it seems.
And we got angel wings for the...
Now you're making me paranoid.
It was a day like any other. Raymond had the helm, and the prevailing winds blew southeast, if I remember correctly. Then, out of nowhere, came a tremendous crash. The world shook, and we were thrown unconscious, if but for a moment. Sounds like someone had rung a silver bell and knocked us out with it.
Indeed.
Hey, I've got a silver bell. Goodness, I use it to ward off unruly dogs.
When we came to, the ground was rapidly approaching, and the engines audibly sputtered and coughed.
I hope Luke's not listening to this story.
Raymond took one look at me, and then bolted to the engine room.
It must have been a harrowing experience. If Raymond was otherwise occupied, who manned the controls?
That is a good question. I did. I had very little choice in the matter.
Well, to Sycamore's credit, he has proven before that he can pilot this thing as well.
Oh yeah, I'm sure this looks like a guy who could pilot some very complex machines.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Pedro?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
My heart was pounding so hard, I thought it might burst from my chest.
Yet here you are, resolute and happy as ever. You and Raymond trusted each other enough to avoid sheer disaster.
Indeed. Raymond and I go back a long way. In a way, I almost could have learned to be a butler from him. Of course, this wasn't the only time we suffered engine trouble, but that's another story and another puzzle.
No more, please.
Oh, directly.
Ho! Raymond and I have encountered all sorts of difficulties during our travels.
said no more.
We're getting the story. Excellent. Thanks, Pedro.
Oh.
Once, all that I was, I tried a little experiment that got, well, quickly out of hand.
Oh. Now you have me, curious.
I had begun to find the Bostonius' cruising speed rather tiresome, you see, and thought I might add a bit of kick to her engine.
You're coming up as like one of those sitcom cartoon characters that are like, oh, I know, I'll do some adjustments while this thing's going on. What's the worst that could happen? Ah!
Yes, and you might have guessed, those modifications didn't go down very well with the rest of the ship. So, well, you know.
Extra puzzle.
Let me explain with a puzzle.
No, I don't want to.
Puzzle 37, Fool's Errand 2.
Fuel
Oh no!
errand.
Professor Sycamore has been a bit too creative in the engine room and it's all gone horribly wrong. The pipe that supplies the engine with fuel has shattered into little pieces. The emergency fuel supply will keep the airship airborne for now, but the broken fuel pipe needs to be fixed and soon. Use the pieces on the touchscreen to reconnect the engine to the fuel supply. Bear in mind you have to link up every last piece, but you can't place any on the white square on the top left.
Mm-hmm.
Professor, I think I should drive from now on.
Speaking of that, like, you know what this feels like? This whole Fuel's Errand thing that we're seeing, like Dwip said, like, about the whole thing. This would be like, again, to use an equivalent that I just thought up, like, this would be like, if a doctor was, doing surgery, and it's one of those surgeries where the patient can actually stay awake because of different kinds of things, because I've heard that or some apparently, and he keeps saying, you know what, a lot of times I just, sometimes have some hand spasms and I sometimes fuck up things that I'm trying to do with my hands, and he keeps telling this while he's operating, and it's that kind of thing, basically. Oh yeah, but anyway, yeah, both these puzzles are jigsaw puzzles, as you've seen. Again, it's all about looking at the pieces and seeing where each connects where. It's not difficult. Again, this puzzle is both puzzles are just as equal in terms of difficulty. It's just that one is longer than the other. Go on.
I'm also surprised that these games never had a proper pipe-style puzzle, because, that probably would have been relatively easy to do. Like, the first Bioshock has it for the hacking minigame. So.
Hey guys, what if I told you that this isn't even the last of these types of puzzles?
I enjoy these kind of ones, so I don't mind.
I mean, it's a...
But you know what that also implies, right?
yeah, Jigsaw...
More stories.
Well, Jigsaw puzzles are like one of the most traditional forms of puzzles.
I was legit... No, Teal was more onto what I was on about.
Sure.
My intuition should serve me well. A satisfying puzzle indeed.
There you go.
Crisis averted. I should really wait until he's firmly on the ground before fiddling around with the airship's engine.
Yeah, maybe.
Still, science and experimentation dictate that I keep on trying.
Keep moving forward, Professor.
You might.
Knockout gloves. I was entirely at fault for having gone against Raymond's wishes. One of these days, I wonder if it's going to get me killed.
There's... Oh,
maybe.
yeah, imagine you earned his enmity for such a reckless undertaking.
Oh, he was bristling. He had to run to the emergency... he had to run to the engine room once again for emergency repairs. Not something he nor anyone else would wish to make a habit of.
So you took the pilot
Yeah.
seat
Took
again.
the pilot seat again.
Go on.
Hey,
Oh, boy.
Portuguese intern, get out of here!
You spotted the pattern. Thankfully, by that time, I was used to flying in a pinch. So, honestly, whatever goes wrong, you can just be certain that I will be there to handle it.
You might say that recklessness led you to acquire the skills needed to pursue those Targent airships back in Frohnberg.
You know, Pedro, Layton might be a dick, but at least he didn't call you Brazilian.
Yeah, kudos for small
Well,
favors, I
let's
guess.
Fortune and misfortune are of the same
No.
coin.
I already fired my Brazilian intern last week.
The joy of discovery one finds through archaeological pursuit is just as prominent, if not more so, in aviation. Now, here's another story about that time I tried
No,
to add
go away. I don't want to hear any more about that while we're on a flight.
Indeed.
Now, what is the worst that could happen? Well, I did go over the worst that could happen. Twice, actually.
Indeed.
Just remain calm for the remainder of our voyage.
Anyway, snowmen seen dancing at night. Rumors of a snowman that moves during the night are spreading through Frohnberg. One lady even claims to have seen it flamenco dancing.
We already kind
The
of
Fiend!
Well, yeah, this is a different one too. A prehistoric visit. There have been a number of recent sightings of a long-necked monster in Lake Cod that the locals have taken to calling Coddy.
No, that's very boss fucking around with his stand again.
I didn't know Larry Butts was a JoJo character.
So yeah,
Soon confirmed they're real.
we have 3 side quests that we can pursue, and if I remember correctly, we're going to look into all these 3. I'm not going to do all of them. I just want to do a couple just to show them off. In the meantime, we also have
new episode.
Yeah, we also have Love Beyond Borders. This is actually one of my favorite ones. Groski's most infatuated fan faces an unexpected setback. Still, she's never been one to let reality get in the way of her dreams. Alright, this is actually one of the more my favorite episodes. But why? Why would the woman want a divorce now, right after I blew that last case wide open? So there we go. Groski's wife apparently wants a divorce. Cause for celebration, surely. I thought she would be proud. Maybe I should forget about Targent, focus on my home life. Well, Grosky, if your wife doesn't respect your job, I mean, my darling Clamp has a wife.
How do you know all this stuff about him, but you never knew he had a wife?
I guess Grosky's private life is never really like brought upon in any way, or he's never mentioned her. Who are you? And yeah, for the first time ever, Grosky notices her.
Oh.
Oh, snap.
Oh, I am the president's soulmate. I'm a loyal supporter of your cause.
I think she realized how crazy president and sole member of the Clampets might have sounded.
Listen, Inspector, I have witnessed your bravery and dedication over the years. You are an outstanding officer. I'm sorry your wife doesn't see that, but you can't really mean to stop now. What do you mean? The Clamp Grosky I know would never just stand back and let evil villains roam free. He would wrestle them down to the ground.
It's the typical superhero relationship issue. My beloved is scared for me.
By the hairs on my chest. You're right. This is no time to be moping. I have a vile criminal organization to deal with. I'll make light work of those Targent filth. Right, it's settled. Klumpkroski is off on a world tour. For the yard! And this is the explanation for why we're gonna find him over the course of our travels, basically. Good luck, my beloved.
I guess the fact that he has an estranged wife might make him available.
So, this is goodbye. No, it can't end like this. In fact, I outright refuse to let that happen. Well, now that you know he's gonna get a divorce, yeah, like Jova said, he is gonna be available. So this is your chance, actually.
If any, yeah, I mean.
So what if my love is unrequited? I will go on as before, mere steps behind, protecting him wherever he goes. I like this idea that even if her love is unrequited, she still wants to support him. Perhaps someday the budding flower of love will spring forth on his burly chest. She even loves his burly chest and everything, you know. Again, according to my fanfic headcanon, they eventually get together because this woman has fucking earned it by this point. God damn it!
I could totally see it.
I'm not sure, considering again her behavior has been very borderline stalkerish in a lot of occasions. So
I think the idea is that with this story, it
like
is
having a moment of redemption in DC is actually cool, but to say that her love will be earned, yeah.
Well, she's saying perhaps one day. She's not saying it's not.
No, I was referring to what you said.
She's trying to give herself hope that maybe one day he'll see her the way she sees him. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Preferably, it would be a case where it is, definitely consensual on his part. Like,
well, obviously.
My guess is he's gonna end up getting the divorce. Now, they never say exactly why, but it seems to be heavily hinted that it's because he gets into danger a lot. Professor Chief Carmichael, we've apprehended the group of thugs that were lying low near the river, sir. Good work. Bring them in for questioning.
Hold on for a moment, Joe. I can recap this. You want to say something, Sheree?
Yeah, I feel like the fact that she knows she's more of a fangirl than a stalker because, his job, he's kind of a public figure, technically. She didn't know anything about his personal life. Yeah. So
yeah, I wouldn't
exactly call her a fangirl yet.
That's actually a good point. The fact that she didn't know he has a wife, that kind of implies that she's definitely not a stalker, because if she really was a stalker, she probably would have known, actually, now that I think about it.
Well, this guy is also just like Phoenix, right?
References.
Do without you. I'm just doing my duty, Constable. My duty to flush out crime from every one of the city's
Again, the highlight for me is the whole thing. Even if my love is unrequited, I still want to support him in his cause. Again, she's okay. She's capable of coming to terms if the love is not requited. So I like that. That's a really good way to end that. Go ahead.
Yes. All right, you're dismissed. Did this take place before or after Detective Bloom was ousted as the bad guy?
You'll see.
Yes, sir. I'll get back to my post. Everyone's talking about that upstart Bloom. There's something not right with him.
There you go, Jova.
His record's too clean, too flawless.
A policeman who's actually, too clean.
This is the tradition of our level 5 playthrough. Somebody asks a question and the game immediately responds it right after.
Perhaps it's time to get him involved in the Targent case. See if he's hiding something. If he turns out to be as bent as I think he is, my position as top dog at Scotland Yard will be safe until retirement. So, yeah, Carmichael actually planned the long game on this. Put Bloom on the Targent case to see if he was messing up.
Good evening, Chief Inspector.
Good evening, Bloom.
Are you looking for something, sir? It's unusual to see someone of your rank browsing the archives.
Oh, I could say the very same to you. You've been down in the archives every day this week. Still, you sometimes got to take a hands-on approach with these things, I suppose.
I couldn't agree more. You know, some people simply dismiss me as a young upstart.
Imagine.
It's interesting because Layton. It's interesting because in last battle, Layton also said that a lot of archaeologists in the field consider him a young upstart. So that's nice. I'm hoping my diligence will prove them wrong.
You weren't a young upstart. You were just a criminal.
Now, if you'll excuse me, sir.
Why that insolent little...
So yeah, it looks like Carmichael never really liked them much.
But again, I really do like how, for as goofy as he looks, Carmichael was actually pretty smart. He put Bloom on a case where he would be perfect to manipulate stuff for Targent, just knowing that that would probably eventually kind of make it clear that he is working for Targent.
Not to mention, once again, Bloom did not even notice the fact that he was being manipulated in opposition from vulnerability.
Well, Tail, here's the thing.
How sucky of a mole are you?
Well, Tail, here's the thing. Maybe he's just a bad mole. There are such a thing as those.
It kind of contradicts with his cool demeanor and everything.
Well, here's the
thing. A series like this will have a character like that to break down because of whatever.
Well, here's the thing too. Well, here's the thing too. Like, that's the thing. Like, he comes across as that, but I guess he's just not really all that. It's all bark and no bite. You know, that's that. Maybe that's the idea.
I knew you could pull it off. I do believe you'll be looking at a nice promotion in the future, and I'll be promoted to Detective Superintendent myself.
That's excellent news, sir.
Promotions for the both of us.
Yeah, this is actually after the Bloom finding out thing. Go on.
This is only the beginning, though. We have to make sure Targent are eradicated for good. And yeah, there you go. Groski was actually able to get information.
Leave it to me, Chief Inspector.
Out of Bloom as well.
You know, for as flawed as they are, I will concede that the Layton version of Scotland Yard. At least they seem determined to get their job done. At least, so that's something.
Also, poor Bloom, not only did he get ousted early, apparently he's not that loyal to Targent since he apparently sang like a canary, according to Groski. But alas. I do get where Tio may be coming from, though, and I did also feel like they were definitely hyping up Bloom to be definitely one of the big bads, and, maybe the idea is that he's, the first boss of sorts that we capture. Again, I do feel like he kind of got Baron von Struckard, where, again, big showing up in, the post-end or near the end of the last game, then gets dealt with relatively early in the next one. I guess if it were me, I would have maybe stayed taking him down for more so towards the middle of the game than towards, the first act. I'm not too bugged by it. I do get to use a stance, though.
It's more the case, the way the game presents it feels like they want to get done with that as soon as possible.
Wait a minute. Why did we land back in London again?
Visiting your mom, Herschel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Herschel. I was just on my way to the butcher's. Will you join us for dinner?
I mean, I love my mum, but we have got important matters to deal with here. Sorry, Mum, but I'm still working. I'd have loved to come over otherwise.
My, but they work you too hard. You should request a nice long holiday when all this is over.
Alas, I can't. I just got a request the other day to go to this village somewhere in the countryside.
Oh, how curious.
Yeah, look, they got all the latest hits, like the Beatles in 2014.
Oh, sure, yeah, let's just take the telephone box with us.
Yes.
Can you help me stuff this telephone box in my bag?
Why are we doing this?
It's bigger on
Because
the
we're
inside,
collecting.
Alright, so let's
Seriously, who's inside that statue snoring?
Okay. It looks like we have...
You want to talk to that guy with the bouquet?
I don't think we can talk to that guy, actually.
Really? I feel like it
feels more like a background
Man-holding,
element, yeah.
Besides, he's a man holding a
Wait.
bouquet.
I know this one. A hint coin in the garbage bin.
I mean,
Someone doesn't like puzzles.
Alright. To Grayson Heller.
Back to your university.
Right. Let's hope my students haven't destroyed.
Oh, look at that! It's Brenda.
Let's hope my students haven't destroyed the lecture
Go on,
hall
Sherry.
and bloody fraternity party again.
Well, Jola first.
Mom, that was fast. I'm guessing Pedro's doing that thing that I occasionally do and is like dedicating this part to some extra puzzles.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Wasn't it just? I found what I wanted in no time at all. The university library is much better organized than it was in my day.
Computers and all
So
that.
it's still in shambles. It used to be a real mess. Not that I cared much. Your father, the professor, and I spent more time there doing puzzles than studying.
So there you go.
the three of you
So there you go. Brenda,
together?
Herschel, and Clark were puzzle buddies. That's
We were
fun.
sharing puzzles in the library.
They did the puzzle equivalent of a
That's,
threesome. Oh my god.
Yes. We did.
Wait, does
I
that
assure you, Luke,
does that
I
mean
assure
that the
you.
professor might actually be my father then?
Look, I assure you that when we mean puzzles, we mean actual proper puzzles.
Luke, I did a DNA test before I met
Go
you.
on.
No.
The fact that you had to do that in the first place, though.
Go on, Jerry.
I can still remember some of them now. Luke, you like puzzles. Go on, try this one.
Vintage
I
puzzle.
feel awkward doing a puzzle that you three did together, but alright.
Can I at least read it?
No, I will.
no,
Luke will read it.
Never
Go
mind.
on. Go on.
Fine. After saving up her pennies for a whole year, this woman went on an enormous shopping spree, starting at the supermarket entrance. She made her way around the shelves, picking up 14 items in total, and spending every last penny of the 5,000 she had brought with her. She didn't visit any shelf more than once, and she didn't buy any fish or mushrooms. What route did she take around the supermarket? Prices are shown in pennies to make things easier for you. Wait, pennies are a thing over in America, though.
I guess this is some remnant from.
Well, to be fair, Jova, your country uses more cents. Maybe pennies are synonymous, but it's more colloquial for 2 cents. While in Britain, pennies are the actual terms for.
Who has £50 in pennies?
Well, there you go.
So you guys also have pennies.
Well, there you go.
over there.
Well, in that case, this checks out then.
Alright.
Okay, so yeah, the basic idea is take a good look. Okay, create a path from the start to the goal by touching items in the order that the woman put them in their trolley. The next item on the route must always be adjacent to whatever the woman just picked up. So no jumping around. Sorry.
So trouble with the trolley, eh?
So yeah, basically you make sure that you can only spend 5,000 pennies. So make sure to calculate how much each item costs, and you'll be able to. Oh, so let's see.
Jesus Christ, how's he fit them all in there?
Fortunately, Webs, this is operating on cartoon logic, so they can just create this big pile that somehow doesn't topple and fall.
Amazing.
Almost there. There we go.
Let's see. That one's in the trunk.
That's right.
That's right! That was quite the shopping spree. Carrying it all back home can't have been easy.
Notice how she's actually dropping some stuff, like the tomatoes.
Jeez.
I think those are apples.
On the plus side, those behind her, free food!
Yeah.
Alright. And we got the belted bell bottoms from doing that. Go on, Cherry.
That's right. Well done, dear. You're getting brighter every day.
Ah,
Thanks, Mom. I only take from the best.
Exactly.
indeed. So good, and then that's why Luke is so good at puzzles. He gets it from his parents.
I kind of meant that genetically, Professor.
I was gonna say, wait, you don't take after your own father?
Wow, that's the nicest thing you've said.
Go on, Trevor.
That was no challenge for a worldly gentleman like myself. By the
I mean,
way,
I got my
Layton-
issues. I got my issues with the guy, but he is still your dad.
If you say so. Go on then. Run along.
Layton's going to teach
You see,
me how to fire
you see,
an
Shiro,
acid gun.
you see, Shiro, the reason Luke's parents are fine with Luke going on these routes because I mean they know Herschel, they're longtime friends, so they trust Herschel to take care of him, I guess.
I mean,
No,
what's
he's
the
actually
worst-
his father.
What's
That's
the
why.
worst that can happen to that kid?
Go on.
I wonder if anyone would notice if I slipped into the third year
Kinematics.
Kinematics?
Lectures, yeah.
Yeah.
Lectures. It's hard to get my head around the physics.
I guess you look young enough.
Mm-hmm. Brenda misses her college days.
I mean, mature students are a thing.
Oh sure, it's
too.
just that she's not a student, therefore she's technically not allowed to participate in those.
I think Shore's point is like, well, somebody might not bat an eye at her appearance.
Oh, well, yeah, true, but I feel like probably, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't, like, if you show up on a class, yeah, you would probably stand out and people will notice that you're not supposed to be here, because, you know.
You would be surprised. A lot of people are able to come up with stuff on the fly for this stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if back in the older days it was a lot easier to get past that.
What are you doing here? Never mind. I've no time to chat anyway. Still on a secret mission.
Wouldn't it be ironic if that secret mission
For the
aligned with
art.
our own?
But Groska, I have an idea for your lawyer about your divorce settlement.
Don't worry, I've already talked to Phoenix Wright about it.
That's what I was going to recommend.
Well, there you go then.
Aw, thanks, Professor.
I guess great minds think alike.
I mean, I know he knows much about divorce as much as he knows about, well, marriage, but still. Now, where shall we go?
Okay, let's go to the aerodrome. Alright, now that we're... Okay, so we did some optional puzzles. So we did some optional... I'm still going to do those side quests, and, but I got...
Now Keats is facing us.
Yeah, he's right.
Actually, I forgot.
It's random. I think it's random too. Sometimes it's turned one way, other times it's turned the other way. It's just random.
Is it possible that if Keats is facing us, it's because we have puzzles unfinished?
No, right now I have no unfinished puzzles, so I'm pretty sure it's random.
Alright then.
Alright. See you for the next part, everybody.
Yeah.
See ya.